All right. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. It is December 1st. I can't believe it is December. That like blows my mind. So tonight we have Nicole Zaleski, and she is going to be talking about igniting your inner potential. She's been doing a lot of work with Shailene Johnson. She got her big program, and right when she started, her business like blew up. So I had to have her kind of give us a little snippet of what she's learning about. So a little housekeeping for tonight. We have Super Saturday coming up January 9th. I feel like we just went to the last Super Saturday. But make sure you're in at this one because January, February, March are like our biggest months. And we need to be ready to help people because that is going to be the time that people are looking for us. People are going to be looking for help, and we want to be ahead of the game. We want to, use December to really be in people's faces, be in people's news feed. So when they think, oh my God, like January's here, I need a New Year's resolution, I'm going to think of Nicole, or I'm going to think of Gina. You want them to know that December, you didn't quit, that you are still in it. So make sure that you are showing up in December because January going through, it's going to be really, really awesome, especially if you're a new coach and you haven't kind of been through the New Year's resolution season. It's pretty cool. So, of course, today Hammer and Chisel was released. Typically, it's $180. It's going to be on sale through December for $160. And just remember to be patient with the new releases. For Beachbody to switch it into their websites and get the pricing up and actually get the links for the challenge pack up takes a lot of work. I know it kind of seems like, well, duh, why don't you just put it in there? It'll work. It takes a lot more than that. So just be patient. If you're having some trouble, I would say wait to call Coach Relations maybe tomorrow. That way you're not Shannon was on the phone with them for a while, just so you don't kind of frustrate yourself or frustrate your customers. If it's not working today, relax. You can do it tomorrow, and I'm sure hopefully it will still be there. I think they were smart enough from the 21-day fix release to have kind of extra backup. We do have the Team Rise Hammer and Chisel Challenge Group. That's starting January 4th. But the group's open, so you can add potential customers in it. Add yourself in it if you're doing it. I'm going to be starting probably right when I get it. So hopefully next Monday, I'm going to be starting myself and starting to post in the group anyways. So hopefully you guys all got on that. The Performance Pack is also on sale this month for $160. And then just kind of keep in the back of your head, we have the new Cafe Latte Shakeology, and then 22-Minute Hard Corpse is coming out in 2016. I'm not sure of the exact release dates, but kind of think of people that are kind of like into the whole military kind of scene, or people that have tried Shakeology before and didn't really like the taste. Maybe this new flavor will kind of pique their taste buds. And this Monday coming up, December 7th, we're going to have our Coach Basics group. I'm going to probably, what's today? So probably tomorrow I'll put a file section in the team page. So add your coach's name, their email, and the sponsor name. And I'll make sure that they're in the Coach Basics group. And just some announcements for top Success Club earners for November. Nicole, freaking Success Club 19. That is like crazy. And her husband, or she got her husband's account to Success Club 4. So that's pretty much like Success Club 23. Congrats. I think she's done 3 months in a row of being the highest Success Club earner on our team. So she is really doing awesome. And then Success Club 14, Jessica and Aaron. So congratulations. That is absolutely huge. Great job. And then top recruiters for November, we have Kristen Morrison with 5 and Gina and Brooke at 4. So that's really excellent. And that just means you're moving your business forward. You're having people come on. And that's always great. All right. So I'm going to stop talking. stop sharing this and hand it over to Nicole. So, Nicole, sorry. I should have probably done a little spiel for you, but I can do it up the top of my head. So, Nicole, sorry. I'm like, whoop. So Nicole was actually, she's from Wisconsin, so me and Nicole we've met, but I didn't know Nicole before she became a coach under one of my coaches. And the first time I talked to Nicole, I said, you are going to do absolutely amazing with this business. Like you just kind of know when people have that like sparkle in them. And I definitely saw that in Nicole. And she's been a coach for what, 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. She went to Summit this year for the first time. And I think you were what, a diamond at that point, a ruby?
I was an emerald.
Oh, okay. She was an emerald. And that was in July. And now she's 1 star?
Yep.
1 star diamond. So that just shows that going to Summit is absolutely just like mind-blowing, life-changing. I'm sure, Nicole, you got a lot of aha moments from there. But Nicole has 2 little ones. Her littlest one is what, 5 months? 4 months?
No, she's going to be 1 next week.
No way. Where have I been? I feel like you just had her. Nicole was pregnant through her, through being a coach. And I think that shows a lot, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm pregnant, I can't be a coach. Yes, you can. Why not? Mom needs to be healthy too, and to eat right and all that kind of stuff. And Nicole was the perfect example. And that's what she does. She shows, I think Nicole has a lot of moms, and she finds people through like mom groups on Facebook, and she just shows people like, yeah, you can do it, not do it all. I think Nicole does do it all, because Nicole's also a part-time nurse. Woo, girl. She has a lot going on, but she's amazing coach, amazing friend. So I'm glad that you were able to join us tonight and speak to us.
Well, thanks for the introduction, Rose. You took my first paragraph away.
You can say it again.
Yeah. Like she said, my name's Nicole, and I was a part of Team Arise until actually like a month or so ago. I broke off and started my own team page, which has been a lot of fun and like just kind of overwhelming at the same time, but it's a lot of fun to kind of branch off and do things my own way a little bit. And so my team name is called the Valiant Empire. So if you see any of that, there's a lot of people that are underneath me on that team that were also part of Team Arise. But Team Arise is my home, so that's a fun little group. But like she said, I am the founder of that group and mama of 2. I have one that's going to be in 1 next week, and then an almost 3-year-old as well. So I have a boy and a girl, Simon and Lucy, and they're my life. I'm a labor and delivery nurse. Hopefully not for much longer. I do love my job, but I'm really sick of working weekends and holidays, and that's that. And if I don't have to, I'm not gonna. So I'm working hard with Beachbody, and like she said, I've been a coach for about 2 years. I kind of started off just as a discount coach. I didn't even really realize that's how I was signing up. And then all of a sudden I was on a call with Rose and Lisa. And then I'm like, oh, well, maybe I could earn money. And of course, like my husband was a super big skeptic. And so I just kind of started sharing my story and earning a little bit of money on the side. And I thought that was pretty nice. And I lost about 40 pounds. And did the ultimate reset, got pregnant with my daughter, and I had problems with fertility, and so that was huge. And then actually halfway through my pregnancy, I quit becoming a coach, because I actually sent in my form and quit. And I decided that it was just too much going on at once with, I was working like over 60 hours a week. I was, pregnant. I wasn't being proof of the product. And I had all these messages coming in all the time, and I just couldn't handle it all. So I just quit. The next day I got a $400 paycheck from Beachbody in my account. And to this day, I have no idea where that came from, because in that year I didn't have any paychecks that high. And so it was like some sign. I quick called Coach Relations and said, is there any way that you can cancel that? Because just kidding, I want to be a coach. And so they're like, of course. So I just took a season off. And then after I had my daughter, I started getting back into it again. But something happened when I went to Summit. There was a woman on the stage that was talking about how she was not happy in her job, and how she decided she was going to be a Beachbody coach. And 3 months later, she was a full-time coach. And I'm like, wait, what? Like 3 months later, you just decided and it just happened for you? And I'm like, and that was kind of my aha moment, was like, well, if she can do it, why can't I? And so since that summer, I was making like 80 to like top $150 a week. And since then I have just really, really exploded, like Rose said. And I'm expecting this Thursday my paycheck to be over $600. So that's like 4 times the amount of money that I was making, like 4 to 6 times the amount of money I was making this summer. And it's only been a few months. And so that's a huge deal. And I owe it all to, a lot of it to not only just me kind of changing my mindset from Summit, but from this training that I'm doing with Chalene Johnson called Smart Success Academy. I paid a lot of money to be in that class, but it's been really worth it. And so I want to share just a little lesson with you tonight. And I want to show you how changing your mindset can really ignite your business way more than you could have ever imagined. So it all started by taking a self-evaluation of where I was at and where I wanted to be, and realizing that I could get there, that there were a lot of other people that have been there before, and then taking the steps to get there. So today I'm going to take you through that same self-evaluation that I went through in the beginning of the course. So if you saw in Team Arise and you had that printout, I'm going to encourage you to get that out. If not, just grab a scrap of paper and a pen, and we're just going to go through this together. And then after we go through that, I'm just going to have a heart-to-heart and just encourage you that you are no different from me, and that you are worthy of the best life ever. You deserve it, girl. So that's what we're going to go through. So now I want you to get out this exercise. If you don't have it already, it has on the front page this graph, and it just shows you the 10 areas of your life that need to be in balance for you.
Well, do you want me to share it on my screen?
What you want to? Oh, sure.
On my screen?
Sure. You probably can. My computer is not going to let me. But otherwise, I can just list them. It's okay. So what I want you to do is take a piece of scrap paper, or the worksheet if you have it, and then I want you to give each of these areas a score from 1 to 10. 1 means that you are extremely dissatisfied with this area of your life. You're angry, or you get hopeless thinking about this area. It's just a really tough thing for you to think about. To number 10 is you are extremely satisfied, abundantly happy. It's sometimes suggested that you probably spend too much time here, because it's like you are so excited about this area of your life. And then something in between, like a 5 would be like indifferent, not satisfied. I'm not dissatisfied. And so I want you to keep that scale in mind. So we're going to go through each of the areas. So number 1 is your environment. So if you have this is where you physically spend the majority of your day, your home. This might include, your home, your living space, the people that you're with, your car. If your car is super messy and that really bugs you, give yourself kind of a medium score. Your closet, your work environment, like where you physically are most of the day, I want you to give that a score 1 to 10. Are you like super dissatisfied with it? Are you extremely happy with it? Or is there room for improvement? Give that a score 1 to 10. Okay. Number 2 is fun and leisure. This includes your hobbies, any vacation time off from work, fun and non-work related pursuits, movies, sports, reading, walks, and activities that you like to take to recharge. So I know for Rose and for me, we like to touch up old furniture and painting. If that's something that you like to do, if you like to maybe say you love to travel, but your work only gives you like 5 days off a year, then you're kind of dissatisfied with that. So your fun and leisurely time, how much time are you spending there? And what would you give that a score 1 to 10? Thirdly is personal growth. So this area includes the efforts to be a better you, our personal development. This is one of our 3 vital behaviors, and it's something that we express so much because it really does make a difference. So includes personal development, attending seminars, self-improving, reading, improving interpersonal skills, work you're doing to improve any areas of your life, and the work you do to improve based on the feedback of your most important people. So what do you give yourself a score on your personal growth? Is this something that you are super thriving at, or is this something that really you could work on? Number 4 is spirituality and faith. Now, I'm not saying that you have to come from a certain religious background, but I'm just saying that this is, a belief in a higher power, God, or some sort of force that's greater than you in this physical world. So this area can include your devotion to religion, divinity, faith, or practice of honoring powers that transcend the physical world. So like prayer, meditation, devotion, just being present and living in the moment, and just taking time to honor something more than ourselves. Is this something that you are satisfied in, or is this something that you could really work on? Number 5 is your purpose and career. So there we go. So this includes like your profession. So yeah, like volunteer work, following your passion, and doing what you believe you've been called to do. Now, I'm a labor and delivery nurse. I love my job. And sometimes when I'm in it, I do feel like that was what I was, made to do. So I'm pretty satisfied in my job. But at the same time, it does not give me the freedom of time. It does not, there's no really room for growth financially. There is a lot of things about it that I, don't like, the politics of the hospital and different things I have to commit to. So even though I like it, it's not something that I am always excited about going to every day. So what do you give that your purpose a score from 1 to 10? And then 6 is your financial. So this includes your current savings, your debt or lack thereof debt, investments, your just financial security, and your personal definition of financial security. So what I consider financial security might be different than what you consider financial security. How do you feel with your finances? Is it something that's really stressing you out? Give that a lower score. Number 7 is your friends and family relationships. So your immediate family, your children, if you have them, parents, siblings, and family members. This is also includes relationship within your small circle of friends. Your real communication and your personal and emotional connections with friends. So what would you give yourself a score for your friends and family relationship? And then also that is separate from your romantic relationship, number 8. So what would you give yourself a score 0 to 10 for your romantic relationship? So with whether it be a husband or wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or ship is that you really, really desire, then give yourself a lower score there. 9 is fitness and health. So this is something that hopefully all of us are pretty satisfied in, but maybe not. Maybe you are a Beachbody coach, but you realize that you've really been slacking in your nutrition and your workouts. And this is something that you really want to commit more time to because you know that it makes you feel better. And so, what is your day-to-day diet like? Your weight, your physical endurance? Like, are you maybe someone that can complete a T25 workout, but you really wish you could run a mile and you've never done that before? Something like that. What would you give yourself an overall score for your fitness and health? Is it something where you always are feeling sick and you're trying to get down to the bottom of it? Give yourself a lower score. And number 10 is your emotional health. So this is about how you feel about yourself, your self-worth, and your importance to others, and your ability to feel a wide range of emotions without feeling vulnerable. Like maybe someone is on your page and saying, why do you post so much about Beachbody? And you're just like, instead of being positive and being like, they've noticed a difference, it's just like, it really wears on you. And like some people can't really joke with you because you are just emotionally not there. Give yourself a lower score. If you think that you are able to come right back after some of that, give yourself a higher score. All right, so that's the 10 categories that need to be in balance in order for you to feel like your life is moving someplace. Now, this is the same exact exercise that I went through with Chalene Johnson. Now, I want you to take a look back at all of the scores that you've given everything. And I want you to put them into categories that's 6 or below, and then 7 or higher. And so you can kind of see which ones you've rated the lowest and which ones you've rated more high. I'm going to give you a second to do that, and then I'm going to talk about that. Okay, so looking at your list, Chalene says it's been amazing because she's been doing this for a while, and she has noticed that 9 times out of 10, if you look at the ones that you have rated the lowest, are the ones that typically are the most important to you. Whoa, how crazy is that? Is that real for you when you look at your list? Are the things that are the lowest, some of them at least, the ones that you would say would be the most important? If so, why the heck aren't we rating them higher? You know, you deserve to live a life where the things that are most important to you are highest on your list, that you are most satisfied in those areas. Now, say, for instance, that your financial was in the low end. And you say, you know, I really could have a savings. I have all this debt I want to get out of. I'm not happy with this financial area. Okay, yeah, that's really important to you, and maybe you've scored your family higher, and you're like, well, no, like, Nicole, family is more important to me than money. Well, of course it is, but the thing is that without your finances being in complete balance, then there's going to be a piece of you that is constantly stressed, where you can't give everything that your family desires to them. Maybe your family is super important, but your finances suck, so you're picking up all these extra shifts at work, and then you're not being able to spend any time with your family. You know, so when looking at the lowest things that you've scored the lowest, those are going to be your key priority. Those are the things that you need to work on in order to live a happier and more fulfilling life. And so your key priority is the one thing that you know that if that came into line, then it would raise all your other scores up. So whether that's your spirituality, whether that's your your family, whether that's your finances, that's the one thing that if you work on that, then it would help bring everything else up. Now, for instance, say that you're like, well, you know, Nicole, yeah, my finances, I've scored pretty low, but that's not my key priority. My key priority is family. Yeah, society has taught us that family and your emotional well-being and all that stuff is way more important than money. But the problem is that your key priority can change. Every 6 months, your key priority can change. So maybe whether you like it or not, maybe your finances need to be your number one focus, because once that comes into a line and you're not like living paycheck to paycheck, then maybe you can spend more time with your family. Maybe you can, do other things. You can travel. You can, that'll help with your fun and leisure time. Maybe there's other things that you need to work on to bring that in line. So when I did this exercise, yeah, my finances was what I had rated on a lower scale. And I realized that my key priority needed to be my finances at this time. I didn't like it. I wanted my family to be my key priority. But the bottom line is, if I spent all my extra time just with my family, that wasn't growing my business. That wasn't bringing an income for me. That wasn't giving me the freedom that one day I wouldn't have to worry about all that stuff anymore, that I could be financially free. And so I just had this change in my mindset that I needed to do whatever it took to make sure that my finances were in line. And so, I was like, okay, so if I want to honor my family time, I can't just be picking up all these extra shifts at the hospital. I need to be working on this other business that will grow and transform into something that is self-sufficient. And so, so that's kind of what I went through. And, there is that is the first step, is doing this evaluation into this big, long, millions of steps that Shalene has laid out for me. So I feel like I need, to do these team calls for maybe a year to get you through all of the information. But I just want you to just take that and just that little assessment and just kind of go through the worksheet then in your own time, and come up with actions that you can take to improve those areas with the lowest scores, and what things you can cut back on to improve those scores. Because, the bottom line is, you deserve a life that is balanced and that isn't stressful. And so we need to be taking the time to be putting that into the areas of our life that we've given low scores to, because we need to bring up those scores to give them all higher scores in order to live a happy life, right? So that's that little exercise. I hope you enjoyed it, and just go through it on your own time and come up with a game plan for how you can raise those other scores. So the next kind of quote that I went through to help me kind of make this shift in mindset was okay, so yeah, I need to raise my finances. Well, how am I going to do that? And, so many times in Beachbody, we're like, sales, challenge packs, and Shakeology, and did you see this and this and this? And that's how you're going to make money. False. Newsflash. Beachbody, yeah. I mean, obviously there is some ebb and flow of product. There's products, that's going out and coming in. But the product, you can make a one-time challenge pack sale, and that'll get you one paycheck. And once that one paycheck is gone, it's not going to do anything for you. So what you need to do is you need to, the heart and soul of this business is people. It's relationship building. It's connecting with other people and having them, creating a culture where people don't want to leave, that they just feel so much a part of a family. And I remember when I tried to quit, when I was pregnant with my daughter, there was a piece of me that was really sad. And I was just but I don't want to miss out on all my friends that I've created and the support that I've had. And I felt a part of a community. And that's why I stuck with it. And I'm so glad that I did. And so it's our job to create that same culture for everyone that we bring in. It's not just a one and done. You sell the challenge pack and then put them in a challenge group and then don't have a relationship with them. It's in the day to day. They are really struggling today, so they reach out to you to tell, let them know that they can do it. So the heart of and soul of this business is people, and it's important to lead this business with integrity. So I want you to evaluate, what do you bring to the table as a coach? What do you bring that is different from another coach? I've had some coaches that were a part of an organization, top coaches in the whole organization, and they just felt like they were a number, or that if they didn't get X number of sales, that they weren't important to that coach. And I don't ever want any of my coaches, discount or not, to feel that way. And so it's really important to me to build those relationships with people. So what do you bring to the table? Serve the people and serve them well, and the money will come. So I just had this total shift in mindset. Instead of chasing after the money, I was chasing after people and serving them well. So serve the people well, and the money will come. So I started doing a free clean eating group every month, non-negotiable. First week of the month is my clean eating group. I have seen amazing results from that. No strings attached. It's totally, whatever. And then I am on my fourth one now, and I have had referrals of referrals of referrals. I'm like 4 or 5 generations deep of referrals from people that have done these clean eating groups, that refer their friends to me. And, you know, after each one, I might have 1 or 2 people that order a challenge pack or a Shakeology, and 1 or 2 people I cut it off at 20. 1 or 2 people out of 20 isn't that good, but hey, we see 1 out of 10 yeses, right? So if I have 20 people, I should expect about 2, and that's okay. And I have people that follow me on Facebook and follow me on different things and always are asking for recipes. And I, you know, have never met these people before, but I am serving them really well without expecting anything in return. And once I did that, I realized that, you know, people trusted me, that they would talk to me. I had an Omnitrition rep that was done losing weight. She trusted me enough to try the 21-day fix, lost 15 pounds, of course. And now we have this relationship because I just served her really well, even though she refused Shakeology, refused different things. And, you know, now she really trusts me. So just serve people well. And, you know, all you are is potential, guys. You're like every single one of you have like this little pilot light inside of you that you just have to like recognize that it's there, and then it'll just blow up. Like your potential is infinite. And so the happiest people in life are people that live to their full potential. And so that's what I want you to do, you guys. You don't have to just be, you know, a coach or an emerald, or not even about rank, but you don't have to, you know, be living like $14 paychecks here and there like I did for so long. You guys, your potential is infinite. And the things that make you happy, that unlocks your full potential, that's what you need to keep on doing. So if there's something in your life that doesn't make you happy, quit doing it. For instance, I have 2 kids and I cannot keep my house clean for the life of me. And I can barely keep the toys off the floor. And so what I did with my Beachbody money is I'm like, I spend too much time trying to clean up this freaking house. I can't spend more money on my business. So I bought a cleaning lady. Ta-da! I hate cleaning. And so now I have someone doing it for me. And I'm not saying that you have to hire somebody to do everything that you want to do, but I'm just saying if it's not making you happy, don't do it. Just do things that make you happy, that's going to see the growth of your business, that's going to see make you live life and enjoy it. And I'll tell you, Wednesday mornings when those cleaning ladies come, I am so happy to see them. And it's something that I've earned. And my husband says the first thing that you should tell new coaches to do is to get their Shakeology paid for. And the second thing they should do is hire a cleaning lady, because that was amazing for our family. And so anyways, I digress. Nobody can take away your possibility unless you let them. So people, you know, you are going to see the negative Nancy's out there on the Facebook world, and just don't let them take away your possibility. For every negative Nancy out there, there's about 20 other people that are appreciating that you're showing up every day and encouraging them on their journey. So you can't leave your potential and your happiness up to chance. It's just too important. This is something that you have to take the bull by the horns and say, you know what? Yeah, I've got this. I choose happiness today. I choose to go after those things. And whatever is taking time away from your business, you know, like I said, like the cleaning thing, or I don't know, you know, extra television shows or whatever that you could cut out so that you could live the life you've always wanted later on. I encourage you to evaluate yourself and see what it is you can cut out so you can maybe spend a little bit more time doing something that will give you freedom in the future. So do something every single day to honor your potential. So in that little exercise I gave you, if your key priority right now is your finances, there is something that you need to do every single day to honor that, whether it's saying no to that daily cup of coffee, whether that's taking, you know, 10% of your of every paycheck on Thursdays and putting it into savings, or whether that's, you know, coming up with a budget, a game plan for Christmas so you don't rack up the credit card debt again. Like, there is something that you need to be doing every single day to honor that key priority. You cannot change your life unless you change something that you do every single day. So it comes with the day in and the day out. It's showing up every single day. It's just realizing that you are so much more than, someone that posts on Facebook. And that was kind of like an eye-opening thing for me, because I was just a post something on Facebook kind of girl. And then I realized with Shalene's training, I could do so much more. I could have a webinar. I can have a website that people can go to. I can have recipes that'll be linked to my Pinterest account. So when people find me on Pinterest, they can go to my website, which is linked to my blog, which is linked to my Periscope. Like, whoa, like, right? Like, I could be present everywhere, and it's not going to happen overnight, but it's so much bigger. Treat this business like a business, guys. And I've heard that so many times, but the truth of the matter is, if you were trying to launch a business, you wouldn't just post on Facebook and hope that people found you, would you? No, you'd go out there and you'd make yourself known. You'd have different things like that. And, you don't need that. I mean, that's far down the road, but I'm just saying, like, if you can think of all the different possibilities of things that you can do with this, why the heck not? If you have the time, give it your all. It's going to come back to you in threefold. So, honor your potential by saying that I know me and I like me and I want to keep doing me. I know I'm too important for excuses. My life is too important for excuses. I could say I am tired today, and I don't want to do that. But my kids are worth it. They deserve a mom that's there all the time. And so my life is too important for excuses. You got to throw those excuses to the curb. And you got to rock resilience. You got to be someone that is resilient, that will bounce back up, because your business is going to have days that are really, really great. And then the next week, it could be really, really bad. And that's okay. This is not something that is a constant up, 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 up. It's going to be up and down for a while. And you got to be resilient and not quit. So be an authentic self. Think and say something that you like about yourself every single day. Make an appointment with yourself 5 days a week with personal development. Say, I am worth it. I am going to invest in myself, that 10 minutes a day, or on a commute to work, whatever, your personal development. And I want you to take a step back and evaluate yourself for a second. If you want people to follow you, who are you really? Like, who do you want people to follow? Are you someone that is going to be posting and complaining a lot on Facebook and, being kind of negative out there because you want people to follow you, right? You want followers. You want people to want to join you in your challenge groups. So who are you? I want you to take a look at your timeline. Is it someone that is, kind of negative and complaining all the time, kind of down in the dumps? Those are the people that you're going to attract, right? So attract likes. This isn't any new information. It's just taking the time to really evaluate yourself and realizing every single time you put yourself out there in social media, you are representing your brand and who you are. And if you want people to follow you, you have to be worth following. The end. So you're going to be discovering your uniqueness. What makes you unique? What is your brand? And celebrate it. And developing your brand is one of the most important things that you'll ever do for your business and for your life, because those are the people that you're going to be working with in this business, is the people that you attract into it. So every tough decision that you make is going to reintroduce who you are to yourself. So if you have to make a tough decision about moving to this, state and taking this job opportunity or whatever it may be, you're reintroducing yourself. Well, is that in line with who I am? Is that what's going to make me happy? And every decision that you make, you have to say, is this what's going to make me happy? Is this going to benefit me in the long term? And so, and just like I said, get rid of the excuses. Excuses are a reason to survive rather than thrive. And you guys, you can thrive. And I think that was like this big change in my mindset, that was realizing, I don't have to be pedaling as fast as I can trying to do this. Like, I can really thrive, and there's no reason why I can't. So why we keep telling ourselves that, oh, well, I'll never be as high up as that one, or I'll never, someone told me before, oh, but you're one of the Beachbody superstars. I'm like, excuse me? What? No, I'm not. I'm just a normal mom. I'm not even at like whatever status, but I am just, someone that decided that it was worth it for myself and for my family. So let me see. Oh, and then another thing that you should do is get rid of toxic people in your life, because they don't do anything. Hold on a second. There's this story. I have it uploaded here. Hold on a sec. Called The Scorpion and the Frog. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I'm just going to read it real quick. So one day, a scorpion looked around at the mountains where he lived and decided that he wanted to change. So he set out on a journey through the forests and hills. He climbed over rocks and under vines and kept going until he reached a river. The river was wide and swift, and the scorpion stopped to reconsider the situation. He couldn't see any way across, so he ran upriver and then checked downriver, and all the while thinking that he might have to turn back. Suddenly, he saw a frog sitting in the rushes by the bank of the stream on the other side of the river. He decided to ask the frog for help getting across the stream. "Hello, Mr. Frog," called the scorpion across the water. "Would you be so kind to give me a ride on your back across the river?" "Well now, Mr. Scorpion, how do I know that if I try to help you, you won't try to kill me?" asked the frog hesitantly. "Because," the scorpion replied, "if I try to kill you, then I would die too, for you see, I cannot swim." Now this seemed to make sense to the frog, but he asked, "But what about when I get close to the bank? You could still try to kill me and get back to the shore." "This is true," agreed the scorpion, "but then I wouldn't be able to get to the other side of the river." "All right, then how do you know you won't just wait until we get to the other side and then kill me?" said the frog. Crooned the scorpion, "because you see, once you've taken me across to the other side of this river, I will be so grateful for your help that it will hardly be fair to reward you with death, now would it?" So the frog agreed to take the scorpion across the river. He swam over to the bank and settled himself near the mud to pick up his passenger. The scorpion crawled onto the frog's back, his sharp claws prickling into the frog's soft hide, and the frog slid into the river. The muddy water swirled around them, but the frog stayed near to the surface so the scorpion would not drown. He kicked strongly through the first half of the stream, his flippers paddling wildly against the current. Halfway across the river, the frog suddenly felt a sharp sting in his back, and out of the corner of his eye saw the scorpion remove his stinger from the frog's back. A deadening numbness began to creep into his limbs. "You fool," croaked the frog. "Now we shall both die. Why on earth did you do that?" The scorpion shrugged and did a little jig on the drowning frog's back. "I could not help myself. It's my nature." Then they both sank into the muddy waters of the swiftly flowing river. Someone read that at our Super Saturday event, and it just was kind of like, she just was like, "Why the heck do you have scorpions in your life? You know, you're too important to let the scorpions in your life. So get the toxic people out of your newsfeed and get rid of that." So I was realizing as I was scrolling my feed and like trying to like find things to comment on and try to like make my presence known, that there were a lot of people there that I would read their posts and it would just make me depressed and like kind of mad. And it would just, I mean, there were some people that were really positive, but they just got on my nerves. And so I just went through and I started unfollowing people, and because I didn't want to see them in my newsfeed anymore. And it was amazing how much more productive my day was when I got those people out of there, because I wasn't like spending time like being mad over a post that I saw or just feeling down and depressed because someone like was dragging me into that. Like negativity kind of has a way of like sucking you in sometimes. And there were some people that just would post some like nasty things, and those aren't the people that I want in my life. They're not the people I want in my business. So get them out of there. And even Rose knows there was someone that I couldn't stand in my news feed, and she's just like, "So don't."
I think Nicole cut out. Can anyone else hear her? Shake your head, yes, no. Let me see if I can message her. All right, I think Nicole's computer kind of pooped out, but I think that was great, everything that she mentioned. I think she might jump back in. But some things that I kind of wrote down during the call. When she was talking about your how you do in this business is dependent upon who you help. And Lindsay Matway said it in a really great way too, that your income will be reflected in how many people you help. So if you focus on helping people, your income is going to be reflected right back into that. And I love when Nicole told us about her cleaning lady, and I kind of wanted her to elaborate on that a little bit more, because there are things that we can be doing that other people can do way better for not that much money. So for example, a cleaning lady, if all you do is clean all day long, or if that really nags you so much, it's kind of like sucking the life out of you, might as well have someone else do that. Or maybe you don't have the finances to hire a cleaning lady, maybe your husband's better at doing the dishes than you are, and that can relieve some stress for you. Sorry, Nicole, I kind of just wanted to, you jumped off. Can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit more? Because Shailene says it in a good way too, of like why you want to get help from things that you don't do that great, where you could be spending more time doing things that you are great at.
Sure. So Shalene's big thing is outsourcing, because there is so much stuff, like little itty bitty stuff that we do every single day that takes time away from things that only we can do. So she says, down the road, hiring a virtual assistant and someone that can manage your social media account, someone that can make blog posts and do all these things for you, because there's so much stuff in this business that we do that really anybody can do. And that's taking you away from things that only you can do. Now, that's not something that's totally feasible for everybody, but what she's saying is that, by evaluating what things you do in your life every single day, what things can you delegate? Because, the problem is that we're trying to do everything because we think that we're the best at doing everything. And Shalene said that one time she was going to a party or some sort of benefit or something, and there were these gift baskets, and she had volunteered to make these gift baskets, and she said she was up all night putting these gift baskets together because she thought that she was the only one that could do it right. And she's like, I guess I just thought that I was the only one that knew that if you put the bigger things in the back, that it looks better than putting the, smaller things in the front, and putting these cellophanes high made it look like there were these bigger, gift baskets. But really, anyone could have done that. And she spent hours of her day that she could have been doing something different, putting these gift baskets together. Now, that's unrelated to really your business, but I mean, think about it. Like, how many things are you doing in a day that you could delegate to somebody else? Like, maybe you have your spouse signed up underneath you and they want to help. What are some things that they can do to help? You aren't the best at what you do. There's other people out there that are better than you. And by realizing that you can, train others to help you get the job done, then, that's something that is one less thing off of your plate. So like I said, for me, like I can't hire a virtual assistant quite yet, but I have a cleaning lady, and that is something that now I know 2 to 3 hours of my day is spent with, I'm not doing that anymore. Like that's something that somebody else is doing, that I'm paying somebody else to do, so that I can then take that time and translate it and put it into my business. So just something to think about. Like, what are some things that you can delegate? If it's like hiring a neighbor kid to walk your dog, or like doing something like pick up your dog poop, or I don't know, like just something like that's taking time away from what's the most important to you, that is stupid. I mean, Shalene even talks about having one of her assistants print out directions to get her to something. She's like, to get her to wherever she needs to go. She's like, yeah, I mean, I know printing out directions doesn't take that much time, but that's like 5 minutes of my day that I could be doing something that I really like to do, and someone else can print those directions out. And now, yeah, she's a multimillionaire, so she can hire anyone, everything to do something for her except for go to the bathroom. But I'm just saying, like, she, just realizes what's most important and spends her time doing those things. So anyways, I just had like one more thing, just a couple more like one-liners, but if you change like nothing else, change the people who either ignite or squelch your happiness. That's my dog, I'm sorry. So if you can't change anything else, change the people that you surround yourself with, because that's really either going to build you up or it's going to tear you down. So the longer that you wait to do something, you should do now, the greater the odds are that you won't do it. So if you look at your business and you have been saying, you know, I really need to do that, I really should do that, the longer that you wait, the greater the likelihood that it's not going to happen. So what is it that you have in the forefront of your mind, and what better time than now to just chase those things and get it done? So because that's it of my scripted talk to you. But anyways, so there's like a ton of topics that I can go off of, and I can't pinpoint exactly one thing that really helped me to change my mindset, but I guess I can. I think the one thing that really stuck out to me before is serve people and the money will come. And so like I've just been switching everything into how can I serve people the most? How can I have some free resources where people want to follow me, that they can trust me, that they can have, you know, ignite, you know, that potential in me. And so like I have, you know, like a personal logo, and that's not important, but something that's part of my brand. And so that just got finished. And so like I had a friend from high school that's a graphic designer make that for me, because she's a lot better at that than I am. So that's one example of something that I've delegated to someone else that is important for me in my business. That is an example of something you can do to delegate. I'll probably be creating like for my website, I want to create a lot of genuine, unique, free recipes. So I have another friend that is a chef, and she loves creating. And so she's going to be giving me a bunch of recipes so I don't have to spend time finding those on my own. You know, those are some different options that you can have of ways that you can utilize other people to help grow your business. So, like I said, this is probably like a 10-part series at least. But it's just something that I wanted you to, like that first, you know, initial assessment seems like it's not important, but it really is, to see what things you scored lowest on your life. And then taking a step back and coming up with an action plan to raise those lower scores so that you are created a balanced and happy life. And hopefully that has to do with building your business too. So any questions? Comments, concerns, suggestions?
Here, I'll unmute everyone. Okay, you're all unmuted. Any questions for Nicole? That was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Going once.
I'm just a mom with no makeup. You don't have to be scared. Okay. Well, thank you, Rose, for hosting.
No, thanks so much. I took a ton of notes, and I love just seeing you grow and how much, you know, what you've done over the past 2 years. It's pretty awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to joining you on Beachbody Boulevard.
Woohoo, let's go.
And all of you are welcome. Me and Rose have said from the beginning we're going to buy a street.
In Florida.
In Florida, with the retreat center. It's going to be called Beachbody Boulevard, and you're all welcome to come. So anyways, when we're all rich, we'll put our money together, okay?
Sounds good. All right, good night, ladies.
All right, good night.
Good night.